The word religious tolerance is a big word. I claim that tolerance is not good enough. What we need is mutual respect. Tolerance means that, sort of like, I tolerate you to sit next to me. It's an insult. I mean, if Seema were to say, I tolerate you to come and speak, I would say thank you. Or imagine your spouse saying, I tolerate you in the house. Or imagine you're invited to dinner and somebody says, I tolerate you to eat dinner next to me. And yet, we get away with this. We think it's a big deal. It's a big favor to me if somebody says, I tolerate religious tolerance. I offer you religious tolerance. I think it's not good enough. About 2 months ago, I was interviewed by a local group called Fellowship in Prayer. They're based in Princeton. And I've known this group for a long time, and I've worked with them in the past. So this new director came to see me and was interviewing me for her next issue of her magazine. So I asked her, what is your position on non-Judeo-Christian religions? And she said, we believe in tolerance. So I gave her this idea that, would you like it if I say I tolerate you to interview me or all that? So she kind of got the point. And she said, oh, this is a very, very interesting point. Can I quote you? I'll put you this in my next issue. So I said, yeah. But when you say that you now think mutual respect is the way to go, I want you to explain to your readers what mutual respect entails, because it's not just language, it's not just change in semantics. When you respect me, make sure you tell them that I worship images, even though you're told that idolatry is banned, but I worship images. Yeah? I worship images. I worship the divine as feminine. You may think God is male. I worship divine as feminine. Yeah? I believe in reincarnation. You may think there's heaven, hell. So I'm giving you 3 examples right there of what is entailed by respecting me. Yeah? You can tolerate a heathen, pagan, kafir, he's no good, he's going to hell, but we are good, we will tolerate him. You can tolerate that which you dismiss. But if you respect, you kind of legitimize them. You legitimize them. So when your readers offer me respect instead of just tolerance, please explain to them that they'll be respecting these aspects of my faith. And then they have to deal with what happens to their own covenants and what their own commandments are asking for. They have that issue to deal with. And I'm not making it easy on you to respect me. But I'm asking you to respect me. So please mention that to your readers. So she wrote a very nice editorial. Then she called me next day and she said, it's not so easy to talk about mutual respect. So there's a lot of hypocrisy in this interfaith dialogue going on, where everybody talks about tolerance. So the one thing my first point for you is, anytime you meet somebody who says interfaith dialogue, tolerance, talk about mutual respect, some of them will back off right then. Some of them will go for it, which is good. You get them first. You get them in the door. And you get them committed to this idea of mutual respect. And once they're committed to mutual respect out of political correctness, because it's a nice thing to say, then you start explaining, but you are respecting me for worshipping my images. And then they suddenly get a little concerned. And then you say, but I also worship the divine as the feminine. They get even more concerned. Because now there's something that they have been told that you can't really accept at all. I was interviewed by a radio station in Dallas several months ago, and it was a South Asian radio station, and they said we're very liberal, we're very broad-minded, and we're all into harmony and all that stuff. So one of the women who called in, this is a call-in show, so this is a Pakistani Muslim leader. I had been told that she always calls in and so on, so I was ready for it. So she called in and said, I'm so happy to hear you talk about mutual respect. Rajiv ji, on behalf of the Muslim community, we offer mutual respect to everybody and we are so happy. So I said, okay, now let me test this. I worship images. And you are told not to worship images, in fact to smash people's images, other people's images. And I worship the divine as feminine, and so on. So I went through my whole list of what respecting me entails. She hung up. Couldn't, because it's not, when you push the envelope towards the truth, towards what you're really talking about, what would really bring about harmony, then this facade of correctness goes away. If you don't push hard enough because you're concerned and afraid, you can keep talking about tolerance all day long, nothing will change. So you have to ask for mutual respect. And the way I can ask for mutual respect is I offer it to you. I offer you. I respect you for whatever your faith is, whatever you believe. You worship the tree, you worship this particular idea of God or that prophet or son of God. I respect you for that while I'm very secure in what my own faith is, and I demand the same respect in return. That is what I demand. So this is a very big deal, this shift, and I've been to many interfaith conferences and become the spoiler simply by saying I would like the resolution to change, the resolution which calls for tolerance. I would like to scratch that off and put mutual respect, and here is what it means. And then the whole thing falls apart. The whole discussion goes haywire because people are not willing to do that. You may think it's only a change in semantics. Actually, when you explain what is entailed, it's a very, very big deal for them to do that. So please try it out when you meet with people.